Hello. Welcome back to Champs Drink Champs. This is part 2 of our chakra conversation from last week, but I am recording it right after I recorded the first part. So same background, same shirt, same hair, same earrings, all the same if you're watching on YouTube, but we're just splitting it up a little bit. So hopefully I will not be as nervous as I was during the first episode. Hopefully I've loosened up a little. And sorry, my camera is okay. Hopefully, I'm sorry if you're watching on YouTube. It's just a little bit not clear, but hopefully it'll fix itself because I don't know. My camera's not the greatest, but anyways, welcome you guys. No really check-in for the second part. We are on a cruise, so that's why it's kind of done like this. We are in the beautiful sunny Mexico as you're listening to this, Ensenada to be specific. And I just seeing into the future, and I know that we're already having a great time because we're not in the snowy Utah. So welcome to part 2. We are going to finish talking about the chakra system. So the rest of these chakras are a lot of spiritual work, where the chakras from last week were more physical as well as spiritual. This whole thing is spiritual work, but these next chakras are all about spiritual things. So we're going to start off with the good old heart chakra. So the heart chakra sits in the middle of the chest where your heart is. It's associated with the color green, and this is the number 1 blocked chakra. If you're having problems with your chakra, guaranteed it's probably your heart one. It is the hardest to unblock as well. There are a ton of different yoga poses that really help open up this space, open up your heart area. But I think that this is the most spiritually important chakra of the entire chakra system. So this is our chakra of love, compassion, empathy, and connection. It is associated with air and, like I already said, the color green. This chakra serves as a bridge between the lower and the upper chakras. So it just kind of connects everything. Everything kind of comes back to the heart space. And when the heart chakra is in a healthy alignment, you will feel surrounded by love, compassion, and joy, and connected to the world around you. You will feel open to all experiences in life and will feel like challenges, especially in relationships, flow through you and are resolved with ease. An open heart chakra allows us to see all of the beauty and all of the love around us and truly connect to ourselves, our loved ones, and the natural world. This chakra also helps direct love back to ourselves to truly be able to love and accept ourselves and our bodies. So obviously this chakra is all about love. The most important thing I want to point out with this chakra is you can love everybody and all the things around you. If you don't love yourself and practice self-love, you're going to have problems with this chakra. It doesn't matter how much love you put out around you, how much love you give to your partner, how much love you give to your kids or your coworkers or your pets. If you do not love yourself, this chakra will have problems. And loving yourself, because I am currently in this journey of trying to love myself and accept myself and be happy with myself, is the hardest journey ever to be on. So I see you, I feel you, I understand you. I don't know how I got to this point of low self-esteem. This is the lowest self-esteem I've had in a really, really long time. And it's been rough. I'm not going to lie. So my heart chakra is very out of alignment, and it is because I'm having problems with my self-love. So I project love for things and people around me all the time, but I do not show that same respect towards myself. So I really want to point that out with this chakra. This chakra takes a lot of inner healing, a lot of inner love. And I don't think that that's talked about enough with this chakra. It's just all right, well, love everybody, love the people around you, but nobody takes the time to love and appreciate themselves. So let's see. Okay, so physically, the chakra manifests itself through heart and lung problems and circulatory problems. Blocked energy can also have a profound effect on the nature of our mind and our mental state. Mentally, an unbalanced heart chakra can result in problematic issues such as codependency, manipulative behaviors, feelings of unworthiness, and the inability to trust yourself or others. And that is a huge thing that I noticed in myself, going on this journey of self-love and self-acceptance. I was feeling very unworthy of myself. I was feeling very unworthy of the good things that were happening in my life. I was just feeling very, very unworthy. And that was my biggest sign of like, okay, something's really going on. I have never, like in therapy, really worked on the self-love thing. I did, like after Tony and I's affair, I did, but it was like very surface level compared to the work I'm doing right now. I didn't mean to get so vulnerable in this, but that's what the heart chakra does. So we're just going to roll with it. I have a big problem with eating, like eating to deal with stress, eating to deal with happiness. Like I'm a really, really big emotional eater. And I've always kind of knew that about myself, but like, I didn't know how deep the root problem was. And that's been like one of my assignments through therapy, is to notice why I am reaching for the food. My big thing is chips, like something salty, something crunchy. For some reason, I think that that's going to make me feel better. It doesn't. It makes me feel worse, because obviously I've gained so much weight from, creating these habits over and over and over basically my entire adult life. But I've really started to pinpoint, like the other day I was telling Tony about a stressful thing that was happening, and we had like our neighbor brought us cookies, and there was cookies on the counter, and I went to go reach for a cookie as I was like crying and telling him about this stressful thing. And I literally like had to stop myself, and I was like, oh my God, I'm doing it. Like, I'm not even hungry right now. So I had to like pause and like take a breath and be like, okay, Tayler, am I even hungry right now? Or am I reaching for this cookie because I think it's going to make me feel better? And because I have been doing this inner work, because I have been doing this heart chakra work and focusing on myself, which I had to get through those feelings of feeling selfish, of working on myself, I was really able to pinpoint that and be like, I'm not even hungry right now. Like, I literally am thinking if I eat 3 of these cookies, I will feel better, that I will feel better about this situation. But in reality, what are the cookies going to do for me? They're not going to do anything besides make me beat myself up for the rest of the night for eating 3 cookies when I didn't need to eat 3 cookies. So the fact that I was like able to physically stop myself and be like, whoa, I'm doing it. I'm emotionally eating to deal with the sadness and the stress that I'm feeling, was such a huge, huge thing for me. So truly doing this inner work, of course, doing therapy can really help with situations like that, of the unhealthy patterns that you have created with yourself and created in your life. So that was like a very big deal for me, because I've never been able to really like pinpoint like, oh, this is an unhealthy pattern. This is an unhealthy behavior for me. And truly, like, I'm not even hungry. There's no reason why I should be eating a cookie when I'm not even hungry. Like, I'm not eating it for joy. I'm literally eating it so that I feel like it's going to help me with my stress, but I know it's not. So yeah, that's a big example of heart chakra situations, heart chakra work, because it is all about self-love and uncovering the unhealthy parts and habits that you have created. The biggest thing to help with this chakra is practicing gratitude. And that includes feeling thankful, truly feeling thankful and feeling love for the things that you already have. I cannot stress that enough, being thankful for the things that you already have. When I first started doing a gratitude practice, I would write things in the future. Like, it would be like, oh, I'm thankful that I get to go on this trip next week. I'm thankful that I get to go on a cruise next week. Like, that's great. And I am thankful for that, but I don't already have that. Like, those plans could change. Something could happen. It could be a horrible trip. But I've already expressed gratitude for it. So if you focus on being thankful and loving the things that you already have, that is the biggest thing that will help with your heart chakra, is just expressing that gratitude. Shelby and I have talked about it before. If you do not have a gratitude practice, please, please, please have a gratitude practice. And you don't have to write it down if you don't want to. I do not always write my gratitude down. I go through ebbs and flows with writing it down and with just speaking it out loud, but I practice gratitude every single day. And sometimes like people think I'm kind of silly. Like I've had coworkers, like I'll get a coffee and I'll have a drink of the coffee and be like, oh my God, I'm so thankful that this coffee is so good. Like, holy shit, this is the best coffee. Like, thank you so much for this coffee. And they'll be like, okay, dramatic. And it's like, no, like I truly am so thankful for this. So getting comfortable with practicing gratitude, which it is a practice. It is hard, especially when you have bad days. It is so hard to look at your day and be like, okay, I'm grateful for this, this, and this. Like I do always have things to be grateful for. So please have a gratitude practice. Please practice gratitude for things that you already have, and practice gratitude like on paydays and the days that I pay bills. Like I try and pay bills like on the day we get paid. And I will always express gratitude for the universe. Thank you so much for Tony and I having good, stable jobs that I was able to pay my house payment. Like, thank you for giving me this house to live in and a job to pay for this house. Like, thank you so much for my car and that I was able to make the payment. Like, I always express gratitude for things like that, because it's so easy to look at gratitude and be like, all right, I'm thankful for my spouse. I'm thankful for my dog. I'm thankful for my kids. I'm thankful for my car. But like really dialing it down and being like, I am grateful that I have a job to pay for this. I am grateful for this because of this. Like really dialing down that gratitude is a huge thing. Also, it helps this chakra. Focusing a lot on love towards yourself, others, and things around you will do wonders for the chakra. And self-love and self-care are the biggest things besides gratitude to focus on with this chakra. We talk a lot about self-care. We talk a lot about self-love. And sometimes I think it goes in one ear, out the other. I just cannot express this enough because I am currently going through this journey that self-love is such a big thing and a total and complete game changer. Last week when I was teaching yoga, I just, I never go into my yoga classes with a plan. I just kind of go with what I feel people need. It was a very like low self-esteem day. So I did this beautiful meditation that like you picture yourself in front of a mirror, and the mirror can look however you want. You see yourself standing in front of the mirror and you look at yourself in the eyeballs and you tell yourself in the mirror things that you are thankful for, things that you love about yourself. It can be things that you can see. So like my hair, my eyes, my shirt I'm wearing today. Or it can be non-physical things like my personality, my laugh. I don't know, whatever it is. And at the beginning, I could tell that people were super uncomfortable, and I called it out. And I was like, if this meditation makes you uncomfortable, that's okay, because it is something like weird. Like it is something that we don't take the time to do because it is uncomfortable. I totally get that. But I was like, then just pick two things and just focus on those two things. And then halfway through the class, brought him back to the mirror. And I said, now choose one other thing that is not one of the things that you chose at the beginning. Look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I love this about you. I love this about me. And then at the end, again, we came back to the mirror and we, again, just said, looked at ourselves in the mirror and we said, like, I love you. Thank you for taking care of me, looking at your body, feeling your body. Thank you, body, for taking care of me. Thank you for walking and getting out of bed. And thank you for showing up on the mat. And it was a completely full class and almost every single student was crying. And that just showed me, it gave me like chills even thinking back about it. But it just showed me that like, we do not work on self-love enough. We do not really focus on self-love enough. And there have been times that I have been so low in my self-esteem that I will literally have to look at myself physically in a mirror, not in a meditation, like physically look in there and be like, okay, your eyebrows look really good today, or your eye color is very pretty today. And I have to like say it out loud to myself so that I can focus on something good. That's an exercise that I got from Rachel Hollis of looking in the mirror and telling yourself that out loud. The meditation is just kind of something that like I've just kind of pieced together over time with doing like heart chakra work, but truly like taking the time to truly love and accept yourself with where you're at is so underrated. And it just leads to a lot of sadness and a lot of things that like, I don't want to be going through. I know that other people are going through it, and we just need to love ourselves, honestly. And that's really like the basis of this heart chakra, especially for right now in my life. I just need to love myself. And so do you. You guys are all amazing. Everybody is so beautiful. Everybody has a beautiful spirit. And once you practice it, you can find things that you love about yourself. Like, let's just take a second right now and tell yourself something that you love about yourself. I'm looking at myself in the camera. My eyelashes look really long. I don't wear eyelash extensions. So like right now, when I turn my head, I'm digging how long my eyelashes look. Just got new mascara. So, hey, Tayler, I really like your eyelashes right now. Like, it's something small, but you'll notice once you do it, you kind of get like that flutter in your heart. You kind of get like that warm, tingly feeling, even though it is something so small. And that's really like what we need to focus on. So take a second. Go find a mirror, look at yourself in your car mirror, whatever, and just tell yourself something right this second that you love about yourself. I know it maybe feels a little bit uncomfortable, but just try it. Trust me. And then after you do that, just take a big, deep breath and we'll call it a day. And just try and do that every single day. And that will help with your self-love a lot. So our next chakra is the throat chakra. This chakra obviously sits right in your throat. It is associated with the color blue, and it plays an essential role in communication, creativity, and self-expression. When there is an imbalance of this chakra, you may notice you have a harder time communicating effectively. You may notice outbursts and be fearful of speaking your truth. Breathwork is absolutely amazing for this chakra, and any type of energy work, Reiki, breath work, meditation, foot zones. Those are all really great for all of these chakras that we're talking about today. But yeah, any type of energy work will help this chakra tremendously. If you've been getting a lot of sore throats, if you have problems with your thyroid, those are huge signs that your throat chakra is out of balance. I would also throw in like being nervous talking is a problem with the throat chakra. Like, last week's episode, when it started and I was super nervous and super uncomfortable, my throat chakra was struggling because I was not like, I'm confident in what I'm saying, but I get nervous to say it out loud. So that's a perfect example of the throat chakra being a little bit out of whack. The next one is the third eye chakra. This is located on your forehead. It's associated with the color purple, and this chakra is all about intuition. If you have not listened to our intuition podcast episode, go back and listen to that because we really dive into intuition. This chakra is linked to perception, awareness, and spiritual communication. Some say that when this chakra is open, it can provide wisdom and insight as well as deepen your spiritual connection. Benefits of working with this chakra include mental clarity, improved concentration, clear self-expression, a strengthened intuition, a sense of bliss, and insight. This chakra is essentially all about the link to your spiritual realm. Dyslexia, you guys, spiritual realm and your personal spirituality. This chakra is mainly open through meditations and with energy work. I cannot stress it enough. If you do not do meditations, these chakras are going to be very difficult for you, especially the third eye one. There's not really any physical activity you can do to help this chakra. It is all inner spiritual work. Tarot cards are amazing for third eye chakras, whether you get them read or you read them yourself. Saging is good because that includes like spiritually cleansing your space, meditation, breath work, energy work. all of that is really, really good. If you're into crystals, if you get like a purple crystal and put it on your forehead, like while you're meditating or something, that really helps open up this chakra as well. It really just is a realm into your spiritual path, your spiritual world. So it's a huge chakra. It is a little bit more difficult to work with because you really do have to tap into that spiritual side, and you can't just like go outside and stand in the grass like you can with the root chakra. Like you really have to work with this chakra. And same with the next one, the crown chakra. It sits right above your head and it is white, and it just kind of ties your mind, body, and your spirit together. So essentially all of the chakras are all tied together, and there's no really clear way to know if this is out of balance or in balance because it has to do with all your other chakras. So it just really ties everything together. If you do like a chakra balancing meditation, it usually 9 times out of 10 starts at the crown, and you'll envision a white light. You'll envision your body kind of being encompassed in a white light. That is your crown chakra. That is just bringing balance to all the other chakras. And then chakra balancing meditations just kind of work through each chakra. There you see the color, you say a few affirmations, and then you move to the next one. And then it will end with that white light again, just kind of keeping everything nice and tight together. So, yeah, again, it has to be done through meditation, spiritual practices, and a lot of times energy work. If you have never done any energy work, I highly, highly, highly recommend. I know our episodes, two episodes ago now, I talked about going to a womb healing ceremony. It was snowing very bad, and I did not have a comfortable feeling about going and driving through the canyon. So I ended up not going to that. I transferred my tickets to their next event, which is in March. So I'm very excited. I knew a few people who actually ended up going to this, didn't even know that they were going, but yeah, and they said it was absolutely amazing. And so I'm very excited, but that's an example of energy work. It's working with somebody who is trained and educated in the energy work and kind of moving through that. If you've never had a Reiki treatment, I know a couple great people who do Reiki. It's unlike anything else. The girl that I get my Reiki from, she's in Farmington. I actually found her through the Wake Up with Wesley podcast. She's incredible, and it was unlike anything I'd ever experienced before. She used crystals, she used sound, she used meditation, she used physical touch. It was a very beautiful experience. I'm very excited to go see her again. I'm actually have an appointment scheduled with her after our cruise. So I'm very, very excited to see her again. If you have never done Reiki, I truly highly recommend. I'm not super trained in energy work, but I am level 1 Reiki trained. That was included in my yoga certification. And I do work with energy a lot in my yoga classes. So you can get energy work through yoga. You can kind of do your own energy work if you get deep into meditations. Wake Up with Wesley also has a really great podcast episode that just came out a few weeks ago about finding the right practitioner, because as great as it is that like this type of work is being modern, like, you know, people are doing it now. People aren't questioning it. People don't think it's weird. Like it's becoming very not modern, mainstream. That also does bring a lot of frauds, and especially in spiritual / energy work. So this podcast episode really talks about how to find the right practitioner and go to people that you trust. With energy work, it's very, very, very deep spiritual inner work. And people take advantage of that, unfortunately, just like any industry. But it sucks because people trust people to take care of them. And the fact that people are scamming people is honestly pretty fucked up. So make sure if you are wanting to dive into energy work, reach out to me. I will help you find somebody, because I know a lot of people through the yoga world. And just make sure that it's somebody that you trust. And for sure, listen to that podcast episode, because she really dives in on how to know if you can trust a person, how to know if you can't. So I highly recommend energy work. I think it is not utilized enough. I think that it would help sickness and physical ailments so much because there is so much in the energetic field that ties into the physical field. So yeah. And that's what these chakras are all about, is just about that energy and working through that deep inner shit. That is hard, really hard to work through. So you guys, that is all about the chakras. That is literally the most basic I could make it. I could have recorded a 6-hour long episode like I was Joe Rogan up in here and really, really dove into it. If you guys are interested in this stuff, let me know and I can definitely dive into it more. I also absolutely love doing chakra meditation. So if you're interested in that, I will record them and like release them just like through our podcast stuff so that you can access them anytime. So please let me know if you are interested in that, because I would love to do it. I truly believe in this work. I truly believe that it can help you so incredibly much. And you just have to give it a chance, and giving it a chance and trusting that like it'll work if you put in the work is really hard, because it does seem a little bit crazy. I totally get that, but I'm just challenging you to kind of put in the work, give it a shot, see what it's all about. And yeah, we'll go from there. So that's all about the chakras. I do have a few more questions that were asked on that anonymous link that I posted. So I will answer those now. And then, yeah. So the question is, what is your dream job? And I don't know how to answer that. I've actually been thinking for like 3 days, like, oh, what is my dream job? It would be some sort of therapist, but including the things like chakras and yoga and breath work and eating healthy and meditation and all of those things. That would be my dream job. So I don't know what kind of a therapist that would be. I don't know what the schooling is. I don't know any of that. I'm allowing myself to just kind of have a break, make sure it's really what I want to do before I go down that path. But that would be my dream job, because I truly want to help people live their best and happiest lives. One of the biggest reasons why we wanted to start a podcast is because we want to truly help people be happy and live their best life. And I feel like therapy and using these tools of chakra and movement are, sorry, these hiccups, you guys, are insane. I think that it's so important. So that would be my dream job. Yeah. So that's the best way I can answer that question right now. And hopefully I can figure it out and that will be what I end up doing, but we will see. And then the next question I got was, what was your first kiss? And that's actually a really fun question. I would actually be interested to hear our listeners' first kiss too, because I just think that they like first kisses and first loves are so sweet and tender to me and so innocent. And I just love it. So I was 13, almost 14 years old. I had a quote unquote boyfriend and he was my first kiss. It was in my front yard. We were both too nervous to do it. And our friends were all telling us, well, you guys just need a kiss. You guys just need a kiss. And we were both too nervous. And he rode dirt bikes. So he put on like his dirt bike helmet. He rode his dirt bike over to my house. He put on his dirt bike helmet and like put the little helmet thing like against my lips. And my friend was like, no, that's not right. That's not how you kiss. And he like took off his helmet. We were like laughing and like being just super awkward teenage kids. And my friend and his friend literally grabbed our heads and pushed our heads together and we kissed. And I truly feel like I could have died and went to heaven in that moment. Like for real, just take a second and like think about your first kiss, either your first ever kiss or your first kiss with somebody that you love. There's truly nothing like that feeling. So that was my first ever kiss. My first kiss with Tony was at his house and we were watching a scary movie that I had already seen. It was When a Stranger Calls. I'd already seen it. It wasn't even that scary, but I act scared so he could hold my hand. And we were like cuddling on his couch. And I was telling him some story about something that happened in school today because I was still in high school. And I was telling him some story and he literally just like cut me off mid-sentence and like kissed me. And it was so like shocking. And I was like, oh my God, but it was like the greatest feeling too. So yeah, those were my first kisses with my love and my first ever kiss. So that's a fun question. Thanks for asking that. I haven't ever really like talked about that, but yeah, it's fun. So tell me your first kiss stories, because that was, I don't know. I think that that's just so beautiful and so fun. So anyways, that's our episode. Next episode, Shelby will be back. I'm so excited to have her back. It's so much easier to podcast with somebody else talking to you that you can feed off of. So thank you guys for tuning in to my 2 solo episodes. Make sure you're following us on all the social media channels. And again, if you are interested in CBD, we are now sponsored by Pure Spectrum CBD oil. So go to their website, order some shit. Code is champs15 to get 15% off. And we will talk to you guys next week. Bye.